It is January 13th. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. You guys will be able to divide monomial 6.2, okay? So we're going to do rule 6, okay? We did rules 4 and 5 last time.
What unit are we on? 5?
6.2. Okay? Exponents. Okay? So rule 6 is talking about 0 exponents. So something raised to the power of 0, okay? We're going to do an exploration on this just like we have been, okay? So our exploration this time is going to be a to the 5th over a to the 5th. A to the 5th over a to the 5th. Now we said that a to the 5th is really how many a's being multiplied together? A to the 5th means how many a's multiplying together? 5. A times a times a times a times a. Over the same thing on the bottom. A times a times a times a times a. Now what did we talk about actually 2 classes ago now, so I'm really testing your memory here. Okay? And get your notes to the right page, okay? What did we talk about 2 classes ago? We can kind of cross them out and divide them, right? Very good, Hannah. So what's a divided by a? What's anything divided by itself? 1. So we have a 1 and a 1. Okay? Can we do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. We have another set of a's. Can we do it again?
Yep.
Yeah, we have another set of a's. As long as there's enough on the top and the bottom. Can we do it again?
Yes.
Okay. And it keeps turning. Can we do it again?
Yes.
Can we do it anymore? No. So on the top, what are we left with?
5.
1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. What's 1 times 1?
1.
1. What's 1 times 1?
1.
What's 1 times 1? What's 1 times 1? On top you have 1. What do we have on the bottom?
1.
1. Much faster that time. Okay, what's 1 divided by 1? 1. So what did we just end up with as our answer? 1. So when we end up having the same number on the top and bottom, you end up just getting 1, right? Now, before, when we were dividing, what did we do with the exponents? Anyone remember? Maybe look, that's what we did with multiplying. We subtracted them. If we look back to rule number 4, okay? Look back to rule number 4 here. We subtracted them, okay? So here, if we were to subtract them, because the exploration is not quite done yet, what would 5 minus 5 be for those exponents? 0. So that'd be a to the power of 0. Well, because we did one method, and we got 1, and we did another method and got a to the 0, and they're both okay methods, they have to be equal to each other.
Can it be 0 or 1? Or can it only be 1?
I'm not sure what your question is.
Like the a to 0 and then...
Equals 1. Yep, so this would be your answer.
Okay.
Yep. So any number raised to the 0 power is 1. I don't care what number it is. Okay, it's going to be 1. If I take 2,472 and raise it to the power of 0, what's it going to be? 1. Every time it's going to be 1. If I take 3.287543667 all being raised to the 0, 9, what do I get? 1. If I take x, y squared z and raise the entire thing to the power of 0, what is it? 1. I don't care what you raise to the power of 0, it's 1. Every time. Every time. This is like the best rule ever.
Can you put all of our homework like that?
Right? Okay? This is the best rule ever. Okay? You just put 1. You're like, done. Dope.
I feel like have a whole test over this.
Right? Just over this rule.
For sure.
Okay? Totes. Okay?
I'd be the one that would mess it up and
Oof. Okay.
Kicked it all.
Can I ever take this? Okay.
It's everything wrong.
Let's talk about negative exponents.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Negative. Okay. So negative exponents. A to the negative nth is the same thing as 1 over a to the nth. Let's explore this. Okay, let's explore this. Okay? So let's say we have a to the second over a to the fifth. Okay. So amuse me, write this down. Okay. We have a to the second over a to the fifth. Okay. Aiden, we're missing some notes, buddy. That'd be the same thing as how many a's on the top? 2. And how many a's on the bottom?
5.
Very good. Okay. Now what do we know we can do with these?
Cancel them out.
Divide them out, reduce them out. A and A become 1 and 1. Can we do it again?
Yeah.
Can we do it again?
No.
No, we ran out. So what do we have on the top? 1. What do we have on the bottom?
3.
3A, so that's what? Do you want me to write A times A times A?
8 over 3.
A to the third, yeah, A to the third. So we got 1 over A to the third, right? Okay. Well, now we also said a moment ago, we can subtract those exponents, right?
Yeah.
That's an okay thing to do. So what's 2 minus 5?
Negative 3.
-3. So that's A to the negative third. And we just said up here, that's 1 over A to the third. A to the negative nth is the reciprocal of A to the nth, and the reciprocal of A to the negative nth is A to the nth. What you do with these is you just reciprocate it and make it positive. Okay? Because A to the negative third is secretly over what number? 1. That's secretly over a 1, isn't it? So you reciprocate it, and you change the sign to a positive now. Okay? Here's how I like to think about this, okay? Y'all are teenagers, right?
Yep.
Okay. Believe it or not, once upon a time I was a teenager as well. Okay? So I didn't go just straight from 12 to 20. Okay? I had teenage years. Okay? So, when you're a teenager, sometimes you're in your house, you're upstairs with your family, and you get kind of upset and annoyed at them, right? It's a real thing. It happens. Okay? I'm not going to send this video to your parents. Okay? It's a real thing. It happens. Okay? You guys can acknowledge that. Okay? And you get kind of negative. Okay? You're getting annoyed, fed up, you get kind of negative. You go downstairs, you get some time alone. Sometimes that helps, right? And you become positive. Now, did it change who you are as a person? No, you're still the same person. Okay? So A to the third is still A to the third. The only thing that changed, instead of being negative, now you're positive. Okay? Everything else stay the same. Okay? Now, what happens? Let's say you're downstairs and you're negative. Okay, you're downstairs and you're negative, okay? Sometimes you're by yourself, you're down in the dumps, you just got some bad news. And sometimes you want to go up to your family and talk to them. Sometimes it does make things better, right? Okay, there's that side of it too. Okay, sorry, I'm saying no. Okay. Sometimes there's that too. So you go upstairs. You're still yourself, but now you're positive. Okay? So there's both aspects of it, okay? So when there's a negative exponent, if it's upstairs, you're going to go downstairs and be positive. If you're downstairs and negative, you're going to go upstairs and you're going to be positive. You're going to make a change to become positive, okay? Because sitting in negativity isn't going to make you positive. You got to do something to change it.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you're having a negative day, and you just kind of wallow in that negative day, does it change anything? No, it just gets worse. When you have a negative day and make some changes, that's when it gets better, okay? When you're negative and upstairs, you go downstairs and you're positive. Negative and downstairs, go upstairs and you're positive. You got to make a change.
Always positive.
Okay? Always positive. Always positive. We want these to be positive, okay? Let's practice some of these. X to the negative fifth. We don't want the negativity.
Over 1.
It's secretly over 1, right? So what do we do? Reciprocal. So what's my answer?
1 over x to the 5th.
1 over x to the 5th, and we're done. We can leave it like that. We don't want any negative exponents in our answers ever. Only positive exponents. It's upstairs and it's negative. Got to make a change. Bring it downstairs. Give us some alone time. What about number 2? 1 over a to the negative second. Okay? It's going to go to the top, right? It's going to be a squared. Okay? It's negative downstairs. Got to make a change.
Can it be 1?
Go upstairs. What was that?
Can it be 1 over negative? Not?
Can you put a squared over 1?
Or
Yeah, you could put it over 1 if you wanted. So you can always put anything over 1. You don't have to, but you always can. Yep. 4, a squared to the 0, b to the 3rd. Okay. Order operation tells us parentheses first, right? Can we do a squared? Can we do anything with that? No, okay. Exponents comes next. We said we couldn't do anything with the square. Can we do anything with the 0? Yeah, what turns to 1? A squared. Just the a squared, right? Because the 0 is only on the a squared. So that part turns to a 1. So you have 4 times 1 times b to the 3rd. Well, it's 4 times 1. 4. So do I even need to put that 1 there? No. You really don't. You can just have 4b to the 3rd. You could skip through this whole step there if you wanted to, and just jump straight to there if you want. Now, if it makes more sense to you to write it in there, by all means, write it in there. Can you do anything more here? No. We like to the 0 power, right? Okay. Ooh, 4 got a little bit bigger. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take it 1 part at a time, okay? We're going to put our mask over our nose, okay? And we're going to take it 1 part at a time. Let's do the coefficients first, the numbers. -8 and 24, haha. What goes into both 8 and 24, haha? 4? 8. 8's even bigger, right? We want the bigger number if we can, right? 8 goes into both. How many times does 8 go into -8? Once. Okay, so let's make this -1. On the bottom, how many times does 8 go into 24? Haha. 3. So we took care of the numbers. So what do we think we're going to take care of next? The A's. A to the 5th over A to the, what's this equally to? First, right? To the power of 1. So what do we do with those exponents since they're dividing? Subtract them. What's 5 minus 4? Or from 5 minus 1, excuse me. Don't you just love that when the math teacher says the answer in their question? Yeah. Okay. A to the 4th. And that's still on the top, right? Okay. There's no reason that should be downstairs. Okay. No reason that should be downstairs. Okay, here, whoa. We got a couple ways we can think about this. Negative exponent, right? Couple ways you can think about it. You guys ready for this? Yeah. You could take this and send it upstairs, right? Now, is this negative exponent on the A? No. Is it on the C? No, just on the B. So what's the only thing that would get sent upstairs? B. Just the B. Everything else is happy where it's at. The B is not happy. You would send the B upstairs, okay? So you could send the B upstairs, okay? Don't write this down yet. You could send the B upstairs, and you wouldn't have it here anymore, but you'd have like B to the 4th and a B squared. And what would you do with those B's? Add them, right? And you get B to the 6. Now here's the other thing you can also do. Since they're dividing, what can we do with the exponents? Subtract them. So could you do 4 minus -2? 4 minus -2, what would that be? 6. So either way, do you get B to the 6? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whichever way makes the most sense to you. Okay? If you want to say right away, subtract them, 4 minus -2, I know that's going to get 6. If you're one of the people that just said 2 right there, okay, maybe that's something you want to do is saying, I'm going to send the B squared upstairs and then go about it in the next step. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys or no? Yeah. Okay. C's. C to the 3rd, C to the 5th. Subtract them. 3 minus 5. What kind? -2. So that'd be C to the -2nd. So what do we have to do with that C in the next step? Put it not upstairs, but downstairs. Everything else will stay though. Negative. Do I need that 1 there? No, as long as I have the negative, okay? Negative A to the 4th, B to the 6th, over 3 what? Over 3... ABC. No? AC2. Mm-hmm. What are we sending downstairs? C to the 2nd. Now, C to the 2nd ended up being downstairs, right? Yeah. Here's another way you can think about that. Okay? Notice, are there more C's on the top or the bottom originally? Bottom. So you know if there's more on the top or the bottom, like when we were going through a moment ago and dividing them out, we ended up having more on the bottom, right? So you know it's going to end up on the bottom. So hopefully as you do that, you're like, it's going to end up on the bottom. I know that. Okay, cool. Does that make sense or no? Yeah. Okay, Livia, you tracking with me? Okay. Looks like maybe you were kind of spacing out there, maybe space cowboy style. Okay. So once again, we just kind of went through that one thing at a time. What was that? That's it. Yeah. Can you do anything more with the A's, the B's, the 3s, the 2s? No, that's a great question. I wasn't asking that question at the end to make you feel stupid or anything like that. It was answering your question with a question of like, well, hey, are we done? Can we do anything more? Okay, Miss Haswell.
How do we get C on the bottom?
Yep. So it's when you subtract them, 3 minus 5, you get -2.
Oh,
But we need to send it downstairs.
okay.
Yep. So whenever you subtract, yes, good luck. Okay. Whenever you subtract, your answer's always upstairs. Whenever you do these exponents and you're subtracting them, answer's upstairs. Sometimes you then have to send them back down. Okay? But we should know it's going to end up downstairs because the bottom number was bigger. Okay? Use that to help us. Okay? Questions. Okay, let's look at a couple more examples. Okay, I want you to do number 5 on your own. What does rule number 6 say? Rule number 6. We're doing number 5 right now. What does rule number 6 say?
Any number raised to the 0 power is 1.
Any number raised to the 0 power is 1, right? And we have these examples saying, I don't care what you're raising to the power of 0, you're going to get 1. So number 5, does it matter what's all in this parenthesis if it's all being raised to 0? No, what's it going to be? 1. Move on. Call it a good day. Now, on example 3 earlier, you might be wondering, well, Mr. Cross, the whole thing didn't become 1. 0 was only on the a squared, so that's what became 1. Is Iron tracking there? You had a question on that earlier, okay? 0 is only on the a squared, so that's what became 1. Whereas on number 5, everything is being raised to the power of 0, not just the a squared. Not just the y, not just the x, not just everything. Not just the men and women, but the children too. Okay? Anakin. Anyway, never mind. Okay. It's ended up just becoming 1.
I get the joke.
There you go. Questions on that? Alrighty. Let's look at number 6. Whew. We got some stuff going on number 6, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like.
You don't like it?
Honestly, that looks easy.
No, I know. Well, good for you, Mason.
What if
Ooh.
you just subtracting? You
Okay.
go there,
Okay.
girl.
So we like to do the tops and the bottoms of fractions separately before we start looking at the thing as a whole. Okay? So look at the top of this fraction. 4p to the negative second, all being raised to the negative second. What do? We can't send this p downstairs yet because it's still part of this stuff up here. There's still stuff happening to it, so we can't just pull it away yet. We got to finish what's happening around it first. Okay? It's like when you're playing an online video game and your mom's like, hey, pause the game, it's time for supper. Can you pause the game? No, it's online. Okay. You got to finish what you're doing, then you can go. Okay? No, that probably won't fly with mom. Okay. But you got to finish what you're doing, then you can pull it downstairs. Okay? So what is this -2 doing outside the parenthesis? What do we do with that? Distribute it. Just like we would with other exponents. Now, do we do 4 times -2 and call it -8? No. 4 to the first, -2 times that. So this becomes 4 to the what? Negative second, 1 times -2. P to the what?
No.
4.
Positive fourth. -2 times -2. Positive fourth. So do we even have to send P downstairs anymore? Nah, P's already happy. On the bottom, what do we do with that exponent of 2? Distribute it, right? 3 times 2 is 6, right? No, we're not going to do that. 3 to the what? Second. P to the? 6. Very good. You had a lot of confidence in that one, Regan. All right, now we have 4 to the negative second. Do we like that up there? No, what do we want to do with that? Send it downstairs, okay? Does P to the 4th move? No, it stays. P to the 4th is happy.
Are we done?
Not quite.
Oh. I see.
P to the 4th and P to the 6th. P to the 4th. So what do we do with those?
No, subtract.
Because it had a negative exponent on it. You subtract them, right? I heard that. We subtract the p's. We subtract those exponents. What's 4 minus 6? Negative 2. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. So we have p to the negative second. Do we know what 4 squared is? Not 4 squared the game, but 4 squared. 16. Do we know what 3 squared is?
27.
You're doing 3 to the third. 9.
How is that negative 2?
Because it just is.
This one?
No, it'll be purple.
Okay. P to the fourth over p to the sixth. We subtract them. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Yep, great question, good question. Whoa, we're not just going to roll with it just is, though. There's actual reason for this. We're going to give the reasons. Yeah, we're gonna go through this. I'm not gonna ask you just to accept them. I always give you the reasons. I'm gonna keep giving you reasons. Okay. Questions on how we got this far in the purple?
Nope.
Okay. Now, p to the negative second. Where should we send that one? Downstairs. So what's secretly upstairs still?
Nothing.
A 1. There's secretly always a 1 up there, right? And we have 16 times 9. Oof. I'll give it away. 144. What else is on the bottom?
P to the second.
P to the second. Very good, Hannah. Now, are we done?
Yes.
Yeah. We're combining a lot of different things we did, okay? We're combining a lot of different things we did. Now, once again, before we could end up saying is p to the negative second has to go downstairs, we said, well, let's finish the online game first. And then actually ended up changing to where the p to the fourth didn't need to go downstairs yet. Okay, didn't need to. And we had 4 to the negative second, 3 squared, p to the sixth. And we said, okay, well, let's send that 4 downstairs. Okay, now let's take care of the p's. 4 squared is 16, 3 squared is 9. Take care of the negative p now, negative exponent of the p. Boop, downstairs. 16 times 9. Questions on that stuff at all? Okay, alrighty. Oh boy, 7. Raise your hand if you're excited about 7. I'm the only one. Oh man, that's a bummer. It's a bummer. Okay. Aiden, you're excited about 7? Oh, I thought you were just excited about 7. How about you wait till after we're done with our notes? Okay? And then maybe I'll have you do a couple questions on the homework, okay? Give you motivation. I think you need that. All right. 4p to the negative second, q to the second, r to the negative third, over 2p to the negative first, q to the negative fourth, r to the negative first. We have a couple ways we can approach
Can I
this.
just put 1?
Okay? We have a couple ways we can approach this, okay? Here's one way. You could go through and subtract them. Negative 2 minus negative 1, 2 minus negative 4, negative 3 minus negative 1. Now, does that have the potential to get confusing quickly?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would suggest the second method. Take care of all your negative exponents first. Move things around as you need them. Do it a step to just reorganize. 4 can stay put, 2 can stay put. Let's just go through variable by variable. P. Is this p to the negative second moving or staying? Moving. Let's stay with our p's. Is this p to the negative first moving or staying? Moving to the top. Questions on our p's so far? They ended up kind of swapping places, didn't they? Sometimes that's what they need. Positive. Okay? So you change the scenery. Okay? Go back to the q's. Q to the second. Is that staying or leaving? Staying. Keep it up there on the top. Okay? Q to the negative fourth. Staying or leaving? That's leaving. Bye. Moving to the top. Okay, let's go to our r's. R to the negative third. Moving or staying?
Moving.
Moving. R to the negative first on the bottom. Moving or staying?
Moving.
Moving to the top. Now, we have all these positive exponents. Does that look a lot nicer than it did a moment ago? Sure. You don't think so, Tucker? You don't think this looks nicer than that?
Yeah.
Okay, except for maybe the fact that it's in my handwriting. Okay, I'll make jokes about myself.
Can we just add keys really quick?
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay. I'd actually advocate going through all these variables at once, but if you want to do it one at a time, you definitely can. Okay, so if you want to go through and say, can we just take care of the Q's real quick right now before we do anything else? I just want to do that. You can. Well, I would say let's go through part by part, thing by thing. 4 divided by 2.
Negative.
2. Yeah, just positive. P and a p squared. What are we going to do with that p to the first, p to the second? Subtract. What's 1 minus 2? Top minus bottom. P to the negative first. Okay? Yep. Q's. Oh, go ahead. What? Did you say something else? Oh, sorry. Q squared, q to the fourth. What do we do with those? Add them. Elaine's like, I wanted to do this 5,000 seconds ago. Q to the what? 6. R's. R and R to the third subtract. What's 1 minus 3? Negative 2. R minus 2. Now, are we done yet? No, we have to get rid of these negative variables again. Okay? But I think that should be the last thing we have to do, right? Because we don't have any 2 of the same variable. So, is the 2 staying or leaving? Staying. Is the P staying or leaving? Leaving. Is the Q staying or leaving? Staying. Is the R staying or leaving? Leaving. 2q to the 6 over PR squared.
Finally, we're done.
Yeah. Now, was that one as bad as it looked?
Yeah.
Are y'all kidding me?
No.
What?
No.
Well, it's
Okay.
the harder one.
Can we just move on to scientific notation? That's so easy.
All right. So, once again, just to recap, not no-cap what we did. We said, hey, let's just take a step, take care of all these negative exponents, put things where they're happy. We deal better with positive exponents than negative exponents. We deal better with positive signs than negative signs. Let's make everything happy. And now we're going to go through line by line, take care of everything. Now it turns into a problem like we had earlier. Any question on that one, guys?
No.
Alrighty.
You seriously?
Just a few problems on the 6.2 worksheet previously. This time, I'm going to assign the rest of them. Okay? So now I want you guys to do all the rest of them. Okay? Maddie, why don't you have it out and Miss has one, I can check it, okay? Okay? Any questions on that, guys?
Back up.